Hi, I'm Matti Mali, aka Heroine Actor, and I'm doing a video after a very long while. I'm sorry, I think I lost my video making mojo at some point, but I'll try to make at least 2 more regular reviews before this year ends and finish this series about my top 100 worst movies I've ever seen. Okay, so yeah, just a reminder that these are based on the numbers I gave at them at Internet Movie Database, and we are finishing the ones that I gave 2 out of 10. So at number 20 we have Hercules in New York. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger's film debut from 1969. Wow, that guy's made so many movies. Well, I think I saw this like more than 10 years ago, and I think I saw the version where Schwarzenegger's voice is dubbed. He plays the title character Hercules, the Greek mythological son of god Zeus, who is sent to Earth because he's rebel or something, and there's this Hades, Zeus' brother and the god of death, is trying to... What he was trying to do? I don't know, kill him? At least in the Disney movie. Yeah, I don't remember much about the plot progression, except that it was dumb. Then there's this annoying soundtrack that plays throughout the whole movie. This something to that effect, and the fighting choreography especially is laughably bad. People are just kind of waving around, and Hercules kicks their ass with ease. And I remember he kind of made a fights for no reason. One saving grace this movie had, at least at the time I thought, there was this... the Hercules is most time accompanied by this pretzel seller, played by Arnold Strang, I guess. Yeah, I actually like that character. He seemed like a sympathetic guy who is down to his luck, and sometimes he made funny remarks. Well, at least compared to the most of the movies' dead or non-arrival humor. Yeah, I like the pretzel guy. It was kind of woke up the sympathies and such. On the next one we have Us. Us is a Finnish movie from 1961. It's the second worst Finnish movie I've seen, and as I'm planning to review it at some point, maybe even next year, maybe, then I'm not going to tell much about it, although I'm going to tell this much that it's based on a play, and it's about social consciousness and social commentary, and at the time there was this program from the government to give kind of an assisting money to works of art that speak socially, are about social commentary, and that way this movie was made. The whole sole reason of it existing was for it to win an award. A hefty sum of money to help the producing company out of its financial problems, so it's kind of forced in its message. But in one day I'll talk about it in more detail. Number 18, Blood Rain. Yay! Uwe Boll directed video game based movie. This time about the vampire lady who is in the Middle Ages and fights for good. I mean, she's half vampire. The other part is human. Or, a while ago, this movie's sequel was on this list earlier, and yeah, at least that movie had some very original ideas. But yeah, there's a. First of all, it's quite clumsily acted, especially the. Especially the main character is played by Christina Logan, you know, from Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines fame, where she played that that Terminator lady. Yeah, she's kind of an energyless, like Major to guess, and this movie has shown big names like Michael Madsen, Ben Kingsley, who plays the main villain, this vampire lord who I guess killed Bloodbrain's mother. And Michelle Rodriguez, Billy Zane, Udo Kier, Meatloaf. And they kind of yeah, the Michelle Rodriguez Billy Zane subplot is completely pointless and leads to nowhere. And well, Ben Kingsley is quite well, he's kind of this effort, this kind of bored and excited at the same time, kind of the same stature that in most of the bad movies he's starring in, and yeah, he didn't take this role for major reasons. I read in an interview once where he said that but the plot is messy, it has too many sorry, I'm tired. Too many varying roads, and it's illogical, and yeah, I guess you should watch the Nostalgia Critic review to get a better image of all its badnesses. There was this there was this one scene where towards the end, this is a really cool scene where Bloodrain is sitting on this throne and looks all badass. I like that, so that was good, but otherwise this movie is damn unpredictable. Next one, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, this hilariously bad adaptation of the famous role-playing game set, which has a very rich mythology, and this is the best they got out of it. So there are these two thieves, played by Justin Whaley and extremely annoying Marlon Wayans. I mean, this character he plays makes Jar Jar Binks look tolerable in comparison. And so annoying and stuff. It's kind of tries way too hard to be funny. And there's this, and the bad wizard played by Jeremy Irons, who, like Ben Kingsley in the previous movie I mentioned on this list, doesn't give a damn about what he looks like in the camera. Why some people go to the movies like this? Well, I guess that maybe if you find the character to be entertaining to play, then I can guess. I mean, if I'm ever asked to be in a movie that I know is going to be bad, I'll check out that at least the character I play is either funny or interesting or something to that effect. And there's Tora Birch playing some young queen, and she doesn't give a damn either, but unlike with Jeremy Irons, whose performance is over the top, her performance is just so bland. Yeah, and, Bruce Payne as this blue lipsticked bad guy, the Terminator Wizard's second in command. Has blue lips. And the bad wizard tries to take control of some stuff that he can use to control dragons and take over the world or some such thing. The plot is of course cliché ridden, which is not helped by... All the characters in this movie are either bland or annoying, and there's not even much anything that can be recognized as Dungeons and Dragons. Well, there are one beholder, and beholders are these weird floated balls with lots of eyes, and you could get something cool out of that, but it's just a mindless pet or something. God easily can be distracted by stuff. Yeah, I should also mention about the special effects, which are also quite bad. I don't remember where they good even at the time of this movie's making. I mean, technology has marched forward, and in some old films you can excuse bad CGI because the technology hadn't reached its potential at that point yet, but yeah, especially the magic making was throwing dust, and yeah, then there was this weird ending. What was that about? I'm not going to spoil in case you are morbidly curious or want to watch some review of some people that already reviewed it, like Nostalgia Critic or Decker Shadow, but it just made no sense. Well, I guess one good thing I can mention about this movie, at least it knows which characters to kill. Let's just say that. Next one, yeah, once again, a game-based Double Dragon. Double Dragon, yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Based on a fighting game where our two brothers are trying to save a girl. I don't remember which girlfriend she was, and apparently the sequel she died at the middle point. So it turns into a revenge story instead. There are at least 2 or 3 more sequels. And well, the movie is the kind of, yeah, it tries to go to the kind of 1990s silliness kind of I saw in Super Mario Bros. And Street Fighter. Both of those movies are, yeah, they are bad, but they're also funny kind of bad, guilty pleasures, if you will. But this one, yeah, why this one fails so much more than those 2 others? I guess it's because the fighting is lamer. Yeah, it's set in the apocalyptic Los Angeles of 2007. Yeah, some people are not good at predicting futures. And these guys are chasing for some mysterious medallion that is held by their acquaintance girl. Yeah, the brothers are played by Mark Dacascos and Scott Wolf, and there's a Robert Patrick from the Terminator 2 fame as this evil businessman who is trying to take over the world or something, and Alyssa Milano is there without any reason. I don't think her character affects the plot in any way. Well, the resemblance of plot that is there. Yeah, I guess the main reason for this movie's failure in my eyes is that it goes way too overboard with its sillier elements. At least in Super Mario Bros. And Street Fighter they try to take something seriously, you know. It had well, the stereo stuff was corny, but at least it was something of merit. And yeah, there was this one annoying character, this gang leader, who at one point stirred some hulking beast for the main bad guy and loses like a couple of hundred IQ points and just bubbles around. And curious thing is that one of this movie's writer is Paul Dini of all people. Yeah, the guy who wrote Batman the Animated Series and does much stuff for this DC universe, both in comics and in television. But I was one of the like 7 or 8 writers of this thing. Just yeah, kind of a curious thing, really. I felt that I just needed to mention that. Yeah, I realize my explanation about these movies can go to tangents a lot of the time, because I've seen this so many years ago. I don't remember much about them, and I don't actively seek out for terrible movies. Let us go to the next one before this cassette ends. Jaws 3D. Yeah, as I mentioned in the previous video, previous listing of this, I may be the only person who thinks that Jaws 3D is a worse movie than Jaws Revenge. Because at least Jaws Revenge had Michael Caine. He is always an entertaining actor, even in his bad movies. Yeah, this one has Dennis Quaid, Wes Armstrong, McCorkindale, Louis Gossett Jr. It's just really boring most of the time, just like its sequel, Jaws Revenge. But what makes Jaws 3D Revenge worse is those absolutely terrible special effects. Yeah, it's tries to ride on the 80s 3D craze. Yeah, I'm 3D fan. Yeah, I think the current 3D craze is maybe it's going to turn into a fad, and it's not going to be implemented in the future, but at least it's better made. It doesn't always work, but at least it's better made than whatever the hell this was. Especially bad is the climax where the shark explodes. Oh, I guess that's not a spoiler. Of course those sharks are going to die at the end of those movies. But yeah, it doesn't just wake my interest. Okay. I guess I can do one more before this disc ends. Number 14, Iga. And this is one of those movies that I watched this summer just to get more variety to this list, and I almost didn't watch it to the end. I watched like a half, 45 minutes, and then I just thought that I can't make this. These characters are so freaking unlikable. That's just... Every character in this is a terrible human being. They are annoying, they yell at each other constantly and belittle their achievements, and yeah, this is a 60s movie about this ancient caveman played by Richard Kiel, the only good thing in this movie. I mean, he's the only good actor in this movie. What also makes this film really annoying are those... this is a terrible sound editing. The sound is constantly crackling, and it's... I can't get a clear image out of it, but at least Richard Kiel is making his everything to salvage this piece of trash. And as I mentioned, there is this guy, played by the director's son, and there's this gal who is a lovely. The guy, I think, plays in a band, and the girl is his trophy girlfriend. What was his? Oh yeah, he was the professor's daughter, and professor was disappeared, and he was captured by the titular Iga in his cave, and of course the daughter gets captured as well when she tries to search for her father, and yeah, and it's kind of a really mean-spirited. Let's just move to the next one after I change the disc. The next one is the worst movie I gave 2 out of 10, Catwoman. Yeah, kind of hard to believe that you can make Catwoman seem unsexy, but even she's played by Halle Berry, one of the who's a very great body figure, but I think they made Catwoman's costume too unpractical and sluttish, if you know what I mean. Well, I showed you the poster just right there, so I guess it's amazing. Well, yeah, it's about this lady who works on cosmetics, and she gets to know that her boss, played by Sharon Stone, yeah, I said it right, that she's planning some new kind of cosmetic product that turns one skin into marble. And a very big bad side effect of it is that it makes your skin look kind of like cracked and uglier. I'm not sure if that product killed its user. Well, I doubt, because she herself used that to make her skin look like marble. Yeah, this is kind of a weak premise. Well, the main character, played by Halle Berry and Selena Kyle gets waste dumped on her, which then she loses her, almost dies, and is brought back to life by cats who lick her, and she becomes Catwoman and gains cat-like agility. Yeah, that happened. I guess those cats had the mystical powers or something. That's really unclear, and the mysticism stuff doesn't really come out. And then there's this, was he a cop or a fire rescuer, played by Benjamin Bratt? I don't remember what his role was, but he's the boyfriend guy. So yeah, weak premise, stupid plot, like in many of these kind of things. Yet stupid plot is one of the most major things that come out, and of course weak acting from everybody alike, with weak dialogue. I saw one internet reviewer made a review out. Oh yeah, Nostalgia did review Catwoman. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's go to the movies that I gave 1 out of 10 at Internet Movie Database. Yeah, 12 movies got that distinct dishonor, and yeah, I'm going to get so much hate about this, but the 12th worst movie I've ever seen is Caddyshack. Oh yeah, yeah, this is, you probably think I just got a brain aneurysm, and to be fair, I'm also kind of surprised that I ended up hating this as much as I did. I've seen it like 8 years ago, so my point of view is rather skewy. Well, those who don't know, Caddyshack is this comedy about golf club worker who works for this rich millionaire played by I don't remember who. Well, the guy, I think it's Ted Knight. The cast include one of the great comedians of the title, like Chewy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, Ted Knight, Bill Murray. I think the main character is played by Michael O'Keefe, but he's so bland and forgettable. And yeah, someone wants to sell the golf club, I think, or buy it, or get lots of money. And there's this Rodney Dangerfield plays this recently rich, a guy who's become recently rich, and he's a very poor mannered, and does all good and funny stuff. Yeah. Well, the point is that this is probably the biggest difference I've ever had to a public opinions, because Caddyshack is regarded as a comedy classic, and many people like it, unlike its sequel, Caddyshack 2, which is apparently actually bad. General public regards it as a bad movie. I've only seen some clips of it. I've seen the cinemas, not review, but okay, well, this movie didn't work for me. Well, I just didn't find it funny. I just thought that, as I mentioned earlier, the main character is bland. The jokes just felt kind of obvious, and well, I just want to get some context that before watching it 8 years ago, I had seen this movie before as a kid, and I remember this explosive final climax, and then it came from the TV. I decided, yeah, I would watch this again just to see what it was like, because I didn't remember it, and it was so slow paced. I mean. Yeah, it was slow paced, and the characters weren't funny. Even the Roger Dangerfield guy who was supposed to be funny, I just felt he was annoying and just saying lots of stuff with a funny voice, because that's comedy, right? And well, the plot was very fragmented, and yeah, the movie often just went to these weird side routes and the comedy itself, which is mostly based on slapstick, yeah, I guess it was a kind of this comedy style that just I, at that point of my life, had turned to dislike. Kind of an over the board. Well, not even over the board, because it was so. There was just so much blandness in it. It's just this frustrating wave of blandness that reeked out from every corner. I haven't found the. Oh yeah, one of the big draws it was of course Bill Murray, who plays this groundkeeper who was trying to kill this golfer, who is more intelligent than an animal of that caliber should. And he's trying to kill that. And it's come. Excuse me, I just need to. Oh, sorry, that's my cell phone. Yeah, anyway, the Bill Murray character I didn't find funny either, because he do this, this is all usually speaking kind of in a tired voice and trying to be... He was good in Lost in Translation, but I think he works better at drama, but yeah, my explanation is kind of messy because I don't remember much of it, and I was hoping that I could from somewhere get the movie and see it again, just to make sure that did I judge it unfairly back then, but before, and I guess I need to see Caddyshack 2 in its entirety to get some perspective, but until that day happens, Caddyshack remains here. 12th worst movie I've ever seen. Which is a bizarre thing to say about something that has gotten like 7.1 at the Internet Movie Database. It just didn't work for me. Its funniness wasn't coherent. It just threw stuff at the wall and hoped that something would stick. And yeah, something would stick, but it's kind of an goes down very slowly because it was wet and then some going to come to clean the rest of the things. I'm like, yeah, okay. But I admit that at least the Caddyshack was a well-made movie. It had effort, unlike the last movie on today, number 11, Problem Child 3, Junior in Love. Oh yeah, I've had Problem Child in this list before, didn't I? Yeah, it was very long time ago when I had Problem Child 2 there somewhere. And this third movie is made for TV. And there are some old casts returning, like Gilbert Gottfried, who this time plays a different character, I think, and Jack Warren, who plays the kid's grandfather. But the kid has changed to some guy, Justin Chapman. I don't think he has done anything else. And there's, instead of John Ritter, we have now William Catt as his dad. Yeah, this is a Problem Child, as the name would suggest, is about this kid who is quite a rascal. He does lots of pranks and is generally just mean and wants attention. And this third movie, which has no point in existing, just wanted to turn it into a cartoon, this whole thing. I guess the second one, which was also quite bad with its below the belt humor, was going towards that direction as well, but Problem Child 3 just fully embraces it, and it's very rampant about its suckiness. Yeah, I guess I've talked enough already. I need to go now and lock all the doors at this campus. It's my kind of job now, but be sure to wait for the final video in this bad movie showcase, which contains the 10 worst movies I've ever seen, and hopefully I'll not be as tired as I am now, and hopefully my controversial opinion didn't make you lose all respect for me. Okay, hopefully we'll see again before the year ends. Bye.